You kick these tires at your own risk. 66 by 43s with a special car crusher tread. And you might think this would be the best seat in the house, but guys have broken their backs in these things. They don't call them monster trucks for nothing. 1,200 horsepower, and last year, this one, playing for keeps, took a mind of its own right into the seats. That was one accident too many for driver Jess Berge. He had a chance to talk with Pat earlier.
Jess Berge, the problems you had last year at Skydome, is that playing in the back of your mind as you approach the Monster Truck Challenge here at Skydome this year?
It's one of my worst nightmares. Everywhere I look, I'm seeing pictures of it. They're replaying the footage of it. It's not going to affect the way we run this year. I'm going to come out and run wide open like I always do. Just hopefully we have a little better results. The truck got off the ground last year coming out of the turn, hit a little dirt berm. We've changed the suspension this year, softened it up a little bit, done some other things to help improve the handling, and with any luck, we'll get away with it.
What about the truck itself? How much have you changed on playing for keeps from the truck you raced here last year?
The only thing that was here last year is the fiberglass front end and one tire. The rest of it, there are 2 rollovers and a couple other minor wrecks. Everything else has had to be replaced.
And you might have noticed in the background of the fans standing and applauding in the face of disaster as the trucks wind up at the seats. No question, these are what the fans come to see. In large part, this is the big spectacle of the night. And we have 4 monster trucks here to compete. Excalibur, driven by Chuck Pauken out of Toledo, Ohio, a 91 Chevy pickup.
Chuck, of course, won this event last year. This truck has a price tag in excess of $100,000, over 1,000 horsepower.
Jess Berge playing for keeps out of Grand Rapids, Michigan, a 91 Chevy pickup. Making his Skydome debut, Greg Adams behind the wheel of Crimson Crusher out of Indianapolis, Indiana. And another Ford pickup driven by Tim Hall, Big Boss out of Champaign, Illinois. And the choice is simple, as you mentioned. These are expensive machines. You get a house in the country or you get a monster truck. These guys have gone for the truck.
Here's our winner last year, Chuck Pauken. As he signals he is all set, there's the green flag, and Pauken begins his run. They'll run the dirt oval once, and then as he completes the lap, he will then funnel that monster truck between a couple of large straw bales and up over the cars that have been lined up. Here comes Pauken as he tries to line the monster truck up now for the run. He'll make sure he has it all lined up, and there he goes. Lots of air as he comes crashing down on the cars, and Pauken completes his run, and a good one at 27.3 seconds. A fine first run for the defending monster truck champion here at Skydome, Chuck Pauken.
Not much speed coming into the cars, but he was able to get some air as he launches off that first Buick and crushes about 7 cars before hitting the wire in 27.3 seconds. Excalibur with Chuck Pauken. So round 1 of the Chevys now, the Fords. First up is Big Boss with Tim Hall, Champaign, Illinois. Straps himself in and attaches the safety harness.
All of these drivers, of course, wearing their safety gear, full face helmets, and of course the very, very strongly constructed roll cages. Here is the run for Tim Hall, the Big Boss monster truck out of Champaign, Illinois. Not quite as strong off that turn as Excalibur. This looks like it is a slower run to that turned in. The truck bouncing around quite a bit. The suspension perhaps just a little bit too soft for the conditions, as he has a little bit of a problem there lining the truck up for the run up over the cars. He goes off to the right and just clips the back end of the last 2 or 3 cars. A slower run for Tim Hall aboard Big Boss at 31.3 seconds.
So he is about 4 seconds off the early pace established by Excalibur, and as you mentioned, he got the trunk sections and really only ran over half of the car.
Right off the start, he veered to the right just a little bit, couldn't get it straightened up to run right over the top of those cars, and Big Boss not getting quite as much air as Excalibur in the earlier run.
Now Jess Berge is playing for keeps. They wound up on the seats last year, but now they have a radio-controlled device so that the machine can be shut off if it gets out of control from field level.
Berge having a little bit of a problem going into that first turn. He got the back end coming around just a little bit, had to back out of a throttle. Now that's going to cost him a few precious tenths of a second as he runs around the far end. Now he'll try to line up playing for keeps for the run. Oh, he gets it a little bit to the left, up over the cars, and cleanly off the back end to stop the clock at 29. 28.7 seconds. That'll be second quickest of the monster trucks that have completed their run so far.
The crowd loves it because he got great air over those cars. Probably spanned about 4 cars in the air before crashing down on the final 3. Now the Crimson Crusher, Greg Adams, another Ford from Indianapolis, Indiana. Thumbs up to the starter, and here he goes.
Greg Adams aboard Crimson Crusher, the Indianapolis, Indiana driver. About to carry some pretty good speed off that straightaway through the first turn. Now the run up the second straightaway with that little jump coming up here that really tests the suspension. And the driver's got to slow that vehicle down to make it through this far turn in the starting area for the Supercross machines. Now run it right up and over the cars as quickly as he can. A pretty good run. And that may be a little quicker than playing for keeps. It is 29.6 seconds, just a tenth faster than the run of Jess Berge in playing for keeps. So Crimson Crusher, the second fastest in this first round.
Greg Adams in the Ford, just a couple of seconds behind the Chevy Excalibur, the first round leader, with driver Chuck Pauken. Chuck, congratulations on being the leading qualifier. What did you learn in the first round that you might not want to do in the second?
Well, I think I'm going to leave off on the rear steering a little bit. I had my wheels cocked, and when I came around the big corner, I ended up going towards the inside of the track, and that slowed me down a bit. And then when I came around for this last corner, I could have taken that a little smoother to line up for the cars. I'd really like to hit the cars real hard and get a lot of air just for showmanship anyways.
Yeah, you took the hoods last time. That wasn't by design.
Pardon?
You took the hood section of the cars last time. That wasn't by design.
No, not really. I'm planning on coming wide and hitting them hard.
Good luck on the final.
Thank you very much.